Okay, so let's come up now into the seated position on your mat. We'll cross the legs. Just keep the back up straight. We're going to close down the eyes. So the eyes are gently closed, the mouth is gently closed. Breathing deep into the belly and out. In and out. In and out. One more in and out. Good. Gently opening the eyes. I'm going to start with the neck, bring the chin down to the chest. Looking up and down. And up and down. Back to the center. Looking over the right shoulder. Looking over the left shoulder. Back to the center. And the chin down to the chest again, just half circles. Bring the chin to the left and the right side. Good stuff. I'm bringing the fingertips to the collarbones. Big circles, pointing the elbows, going round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're reaching the arms out. Nice and long, small circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and change the direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Taking a big breath in, raise the hands up. And exhale, we're going to fold in front, dropping the head and the shoulders down. And coming up, inhale. And exhale, folding in front again, dropping the head down. One more coming up. Big inhale and exhale, fold in front, dropping the head down. And inhale, raise the hands up again. This time, dropping the left hand to the left side. The right hand reaches over, looking up towards the fingertips. And 2 hands up, big breath in, and exhale to the opposite side. And one more over to the opposite side. The hand down, reach over. And the other side. Look up towards them fingertips. Good. And back to the center. Now with the neck, let's go back to the neck here, dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. And now left ear, left shoulder. And the right ear is the right shoulder again. This time getting the right hand and just using the weight of the right hand on the left ear. If you want more, we can plant that left hand down on the ground or reach it out to the side. Good, and release. Dropping the left ear to the left shoulder. Getting the left hand on the right ear. Walk the right hand out. Good, and release. Small little half circles again with the neck. Should feel a bit looser now. So, okay, so we're going to flip over now into our tabletop position. So our wrists are going to come underneath our shoulders and the knees underneath our hips. We're going to try some cat-cows first to loosen out the spine. Let's bring the chin down to the chest. Round to the shoulders and the upper back. Middle back. Lower back, pointing the tailbone down between the legs. Slowly pointing the tailbone up. Leaving the belly drop down to the ground. And the lower back, middle back, upper back. Looking slightly forward. And let's go again. Chin down to the chest. Round to the shoulders. Upper, middle, lower back. And lower back. Middle back and upper back. Let's go one more. Chin down to the chest again. Round into the spine. Down to each vertebrae one by one. Slowly pointing up. And back to that neutral spine now. Good, so back is flat here. We're going to get some breath with movement now. So let's start with the right hand. We'll take a big breath in as we raise the right hand up, reaching through the fingertips. Slowly exhale, back to the start. Now the left hand, inhale and raising the left hand up, reach through the fingertips. When you reach the top of your inhale, you can slowly start to exhale a left hand back to the ground again. Now the right, so the right foot, inhale, pushing it back. And exhale, back to the start. With the left foot this time, inhale, push away. And exhale, back to your tabletop position. Good, so we're working that breath with each movement. We're going to go opposite hand to leg. We're going to go right hand and the left leg. Inhale, right hand forward, the left foot kicks back. And exhale, back to the start. You can reset here, and we go left hand and right leg. Inhale, raise it forward. Keeping the hips square, both hips pointed down towards the ground. And exhale, slowly back to the start. We'll do two more on each side. So left foot and right hand. Inhale, raise. Reach in through the heel and through the fingertips. Hold it for a second, then exhale down. Good. Left hand and the right leg. Inhale, push. And exhale back. Just one more on each side. Inhale. And exhale back to the start. And the opposite side, last one, inhale, push. And exhale, back to the start. Good, so let's go wide with the knees. Bring our feet together. Walk the hands out in front and sit back, leaving the head drop down between the shoulders. For our child's pose. Just deepening the breath here. Good, inhale slowly coming up. Come back up to that tabletop position. Planting the hands down. I'm going to tuck the toes under and push the hips back for our first down dog. Pushing the hips up high, looking back towards the knees and the feet. Fix the hands and feet here when you get up. And keep a bend in the knees for the first one. Leaving the heels drop down towards the ground. You can even walk it out here. You can bend one knee and straighten the other. Walk it out if you want. Good, we're going to drop the knees down again. Walk the hands in front. We're going to sit back into that child's pose again. If it's too much, you can grab a pillow. You can put it behind your knees and sit back on it. Leave the head drop down. Good, slowly come up. Just place your pillow to the side. We'll be using it again in a second. Just going to go back into our down dog again. Plant the hands down, tucking the toes under, and push up into that down dog. Looking back towards the feet again. This time maybe we walk it out again. Maybe loosen out the calves. Good, slowly drop down to the knees again. And again, get your pillow if you want. We're going to sit back on the heels again for our child's pose. We're reaching the arms out in front and sit back. Good, slowly come up again. Just keep the pillow close. Because for this one, when we push back up into our down dog, we're going to put the pillow underneath us. Step the left foot between the hands and then drop the right knee down. So we're going to use the pillow just for a bit of extra support here. Good, so right here, our left foot is in front. We want to put our right hip forward and left hip back. You should feel a bit more of a strain here, or stretch in your quads and hip flexor. We want to squeeze our glute on the right side here and just slightly lean forward. You don't want to feel it in our lower back, you want to feel it here in the front. Breathing into any tight area here. And again, push that right hip forward and left hip back. Good. Placing the two hands on the inside. Just getting a bit deeper into the hip. So my two hands now are on the inside of the leg. Good. So if you want to go a bit further, you can go down, try and go down onto the forearms. Just to get deeper into the hips. Or else you stay up here on the hands. I'm going to stay here today. So just 2 more breaths. Breathe in deep. 1 more. And out. Good. From here, I'm going to sit back onto the heel just as much as you can. You can keep a bend in the front knee and use your hands, or if you have blocks, you can use them. Point the toe back towards you so you get a bit of the calf as well. And hold it here. You should just feel stretching the hamstring at the back of the leg here. Good. Slowly coming out. From here, we're going to push up into a down dog. So plant the hands down, tuck the toes under, push it up. Just stay here for 3 breaths. If you want to walk it out, you can, or just stay still. Looking back towards the toes. Just take them breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Good stuff. Let's go with the opposite leg. So we're reaching that right foot in front this time. Leave the left knee drop down. This time we want to bring that right hip back and left hip forward. We want to squeeze the glute on the left side. Don't want to feel it in the lower back. Want to feel in the front of the leg. Just breathe into any tight area there as you feel. Remember, bring that right hip back and the left hip forward a small bit so they're in line. Good, so let's go a bit further. Bring the 2 hands on the inside of the knee. So down on the hands here. Looking forward, keep the chest up a bit. Getting deeper down to the right hip. Maybe feeling on the left back leg as well. And if you do want to go a bit further, you can go down onto the forearms. Now we're getting into them hips. Good, slowly come up. In your own time coming up. And just like the other side, just sitting back at the hamstring as much as we can. Sit back at the heel. Bend in the front knee if you want, or if you can straighten it. It can be quite an intense stretch. From here again, pulling that right hip back and the left hip forward. Good stuff. Release. I'm just going into our last down dog of the day. So planting the hands down, tucking the toes under, push back into that down dog, look back towards the feet. And again, you can walk it out here if you want. Just take 2 more breaths here. 1, 2. Good, lowering down to the knees. Taking your time. We'll actually flip over here. Maybe get your pillow. We're going to sit here. So if you want to put your back against the wall or anything, then you can do that. Or if you're comfortable, you can sit like this, or with the legs crossed. Any comfortable position. Just keeping the back straight. Take a second to get comfortable. Good, so when you're ready, you can close down the eyes and just tune into the breath again. Deep breaths down into the belly. And again, deep into the belly. Good, so we're going to do what's called box breathing now. So it's basically where we're drawing a box with our breath, okay? So how it works is we inhale for 4 seconds, we hold the breath on the inside for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and hold the breath out for 4 seconds. And we draw a box like this. Okay, so I'm going to count you through 4 rounds, and then you're going to do 6 on your own for a total of 10 rounds. Okay, so let's start. You can close down the eyes for this if you want, or if it's your first time, I suggest that you draw a box with your finger. Okay, so we're going to start inhaling softly, 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhaling 2, 3, 4, and holding 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's go again. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go again. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so try for a few rounds on your own now. And then when you're finished, you can just go close your eyes and return to your normal breathing, okay? If you get lost, you can just start again. 4, 4, 4, 4. Good. So when you're finished your next round, just return to your normal breathing. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to go into our final pose, or Shavasana. If you need to get a pillow or a blanket or anything, then do. Just going to lie down, give our hands and feet fall out to the sides. Arms facing up, close down the eyes. And just concentrate on that breath coming in and out. You're just taking a few minutes for yourself, and I'll tell you when to come back. When you're ready, just getting some movement back in the hands and the fingers. In the feet, into the toes, the ankles, the knees, the hips, the elbows, into the shoulders. Moving the knees into the chest if you want. Or stretch overhead. When you're ready, roll either to the left or the right side. Using your top hand then to push you up to a comfortable position on your mat. Just closing down the eyes one more time. Let's take one breath together. And leave it go. Thank you for coming. Namaste.